Good morning. How are y'all? Good morning, Mary and Becky. Rita Lynn. I had to think of it's RL and I have to remember Rita Lynn. And Diane, my old faithfuls. Y'all are so sweet. Good morning, Judy. Let me get everything out. Good morning, Chris. I have my Kool-Aid, but I'm not liking it. It's grape. I don't like it. Good morning, Marcy and Beth. Jackie. My weekend was crazy. We'll talk about it in a minute. Good morning, Sherry. You have coffee? Love you, Diane. Oh, Tammy, I'm glad you're here. How are you feeling, Tammy? Good morning, Chelsea. I'm just going to give it because it's about 1 minute till 7. Good morning, Lynn. Good morning, Kayla. Hey, your mom messaged me. She's so sweet. I feel like I'm a part of your family now, Kayla. Good morning, Joanne. Let me get everything out. I really feel like I'm crazy for even attempting to put on makeup because it is, but I think it's supposed to be cooler today here in Alabama. Let me look. Hang on. Let me get my phone out and look at the weather. I think it's supposed to be in the 80s today, so we're doing better. Let's see. The high today is 84. Thank goodness. Good morning, Lisa. Lisa, are you the feather person? Because I've been saving feathers. I think you are. Ann, good morning. Yeah, it's supposed to be 84. Y'all, it has been so flipping hot in Alabama. Like, we have not been able to breathe. My animals, like, I have been calling the vet because some of my animals have been having diarrhea. I know that's disgusting, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they're sick. And he's like, Judy, it's the weather. And I'm like, the weather can cause diarrhea. And I was like, I don't think he knows what he's talking about. But obviously he does, because I didn't go to school for this. He did. But it has been absolutely horrible on the animals and me. I've been taking breaks. Like, I go out there and within like 15 minutes, I'm soaking wet. Like, I'm soaking wet. And I have to come in and either change clothes or dry off. And then, when you're soaking wet, you don't want to sit on your sofa or any place like that because it's like you're soaking wet and you don't want to do that. So, like, it's just been miserable. If you don't know, I've told people that I can't talk. I get Etsy in the mail, and I'm not telling you this because I make anything off of it, but I just like to get different products and try different products. And so this is Flame Fighter, and it's INH. I don't know, international. I can't read it. Name here, international name here, and it's supposed to be. You're supposed to put this on before you curl your hair. Who would have thought? So I'm going to try it just because it was in the kit. South Africa. Wow. Yeah, look, like I probably have black under my eyes from makeup under my eyes. Okay, y'all, let's get started. These piglets are a complete nightmare. My God, what have I got myself into? Okay, y'all know I have 4. And what I've been doing is I have not been I'm gonna wait a minute before I get started putting my makeup on. But I have raised Freddie, so I've raised a piglet before. So I don't bottle feed. Piglets are terrible about aspirating. So when they bottle feed, they are bad about aspirating and getting it into their lungs and dying. So like I wasn't about to do that. Especially, can you imagine me bottle feeding every 2 hours 4 piglets? Like, when do I sleep? And you have to do it for 3 weeks. So there's like no way in the world that I could bottle feed 4 piglets every 2 hours. There's no way. So I'm pan feeding them, which that's what I did with Freddie, and that was fine. And so this is the problem. Okay. In order for 4 piglets to pan feed, I have to have a gigantic pan. Okay. Um, well, when that happens, they walk in it, they fall in it. And so there's like goat formula, whatever you want to call it, all over them. And so they're sticky, they're like flaky, and then the next thing you'll look over there and they're peeing in their milk, they're pooping in their milk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is driving me nuts. This is because but then I'm like trying to remember that Freddie and Shishi, I'm gonna start getting ready. Freddie and Shishi and boyfriend, they eat cow poop. Okay, it's disgusting, but that pigs will eat anything, and they root through the cow poop because they're trying to get to the corn because I feed my animals grain, right? So, it's it is it's been a bit of a nightmare. God, it's like, it smells good. It's been a bit of a nightmare, and um, I I am going through so many pee pads. It is unbelievable. So if you live close to me and you have extra pee pads that you need to get rid of, don't give them to Hannah Home. Give them to Snead's Farmhouse. I mean, I'm having to put about 4 of them down every couple of hours. And I started doing first I was doing towels. You cannot imagine how disgusting these towels got. And then to put them in my washer, no, 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 no. I'm not doing that. So I've switched to pee pads, and I'm like, I don't care how much this costs. I am not using towels. So it's been awful. So I looked it up and I couldn't remember how long I panned for it. But they get to the point where if the bowl is not heavy enough, they'll step on it and they flip the milk over. Like it is. If you've ever done puppies, you know what I'm talking about. Puppies get disgusting. So I thought about getting a swimming pool and letting them eat in the swimming pool and then sleep in the crate, because right now they have to be under heat. So piglets cannot regulate their body temperature for 2 to 3 weeks. So they have to have heat because they don't have mama to cuddle up under. And then, of course, if they cuddle up under mama, they get pounced by her and die. So it's not been what I've expected. And I don't know, like, if I want to do this again. I said I would try it again, but the more that I do this, I'm like, I don't think I want to do this again. So I am going to call Dr. Lee, which Dr. Lee is a vet that has not told me that he would not castrate boyfriend. But I have got to make some decisions because Shishi and Freddie are living in the pig pen, which is fine because it's big, it's nice, they have their little misting system. Like everything's nice about it. It's not like they're miserable. It's just that my animals are not used to having fences. Okay. They're used to free ranging, doing whatever they want to do. They're spoiled. And so right now, because the pigs they're like, what? I'm having to live in this fence. Are you kidding me? And boyfriend, y'all don't be laughing at my hair because I got to put it up like this to roll it. So, boyfriend is literally is so sad. He is laying by the fence where Shishi and Freddie are, just laying there like, where'd my friends go? It is killing me. It is absolute. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't stand this. And he's probably laying by the fence because anytime an animal gives birth, like within a week, the animal is starting to go back in heat. So he's probably laying over there because she is going back in heat. He's probably not laying over there because he's like, oh, my friends are in the other fence. He's probably laying over there because he's like, hey, come here, Shishi. Let me give you some loving, whatever. But I am going to call Dr. Lee today to see if he will castrate boyfriend because I cannot do this again. This is absolutely horrible. Now, if I laid at home all the time and did nothing but take care of baby pigs, I probably could do this. But there's no way Shane can work a full-time job, me do what I'm doing and be up with piglets, changing pee-pee pads all night. I can't do it. Oh my gosh. This is the second time I've done this. If you want to curl your hair, you need to turn your curling iron on. So we'll wait a minute. So anyway, there's no birth control. Wouldn't that be nice? So it's just, I'm not enjoying this. I don't know about you if you have a farm, but I do not enjoy my animals being behind fences. Like, I say behind fences, locked up in a fence. I don't enjoy it at all. I like them to be running around, playing, having a good time. If they want water over here, they can get it. If they want water over here, they can get it. Like, I just enjoy that. I miss Shishi and Freddie running around my farm. I lay on her, right? So I just miss it. And I'm not enjoying it at all. And the whole piglet thing, listen, you have no, and then I went out there this morning and I changed a formula, which was probably stupid. But at first I bought goat milk, like the goat powder that you mix up. I bought that because they didn't have the other when I first was bottle feeding them. No, I didn't. It's what I had in my cabinet. Like when you have a farm, you have to have a medicine cabinet, just like you have for kids. And in my medicine cabinet, I have goat milk and I have colostrum in case I ever have to bottle feed, because you have to be prepared. Okay. You have to be prepared. So I had goat milk. And so I used it. Well, when I went to Tractor Supply to get another bag, I bought Unimilk, which is milk that you can feed for pigs, goats, sheep, it is multiple kittens, puppies, everything. And so I bought it, and I don't know if they have a little bit of a diarrhea. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what is this all about? Are they sick? Is it because I changed the formula? Is it because they're peeing and pooping in their milk? Like, what the heck do I do? So today is Monday. I do not have tours today. So today is my film day. I have to film on Mondays for a Tuesday video. So today, y'all can be looking forward to My piglets are getting a bath today, and this is the first time, but I literally cannot stand my piglets to have formula all over them and stink, and like I can't handle it. So I looked it up to make sure with the body, not being regulated the temperature, if I could even do that. And it said that if I give them a hot bath, that they could get a bath. So those jokers are getting a bath today. So on Tuesday, you'll be able to go and see my video about how this goes. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but their butts are getting in the bathtub because I cannot stand it. And the thing is with me, if I put them, let's just say in a swimming pool to eat and then put them in the pen to sleep, okay, well, think about this for a minute. Every 2 hours, I'm going to have to get up, pick all these screaming piglets up, put them in the pool, let them eat, pick them up, put them in the pen every 2 hours. So I'm not really sure how to do this. I really don't know. It is really tough. Yeah, you have to separate after you get them castrated. You have to separate because all the testosterone has to get out of their system. So I am familiar with that. So anyway, that's been my life here at the farm. It's been crazy. Shishi's milk is drying up. She has not missed a beat. Every animal kind of grieves a different way when their babies are taken from them. A chicken, they grieve for about 3 hours and then they're over it. A pig, same thing. They look for just a minute and then they're over it. A goat grieves for like a week. It is the saddest thing with the goat. Goats take forever. I could do that, Dawn. I wonder if they would do that. I guess I'm not sure how I would do it. It has just been, but the problem is they still, even if I use the pool, they're going to stand in it and they're going to poop in it and they're going to pee in it. And I'm like, jokers, quit pooping in your food. Driving me crazy. I can't stand it. And when you're like I'm kind of a clean fanatic. Like I can't stand a mess. Chicken coops drive me crazy. Like I can't stand it. And it just trying to raise piglets and you trying to be clean is a nightmare. It will drive you crazy. Okay, speaking of piglets, how many people watched my video that I posted with the piglets playing fighting? And then it went viral. I don't know if any of y'all saw this, but the video went viral and I was getting ripped a new one. Did y'all see that? Now I had to take it down because it got out of control. But did y'all see that? I'm going to wait for y'all to answer. It was awful. So I want to talk about that a little bit. Okay, Kayla saw the video. Lisa saw oh God. I turned the curling iron off again. How do I keep doing that? Jeez, maybe it means that I shouldn't curl my hair. Okay, Dawn and Cynthia. Oh, y'all. Okay, so a lot of y'all saw the video. Okay, let's talk about it. Okay. First of all, y'all know me, right? Y'all know me. Would I abuse animals? I mean, come on. Y'all know me. Would I abuse animals? Okay. If you didn't see it, this is the deal. I have raised one piglet by itself, right? I've not raised four. Well, they started doing this little thing where they were kind of playing, and I'm doing a video. And then they got kind of aggressive. But I thought they were playing. When I posted the video, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I knew they were roughhousing, but my dogs do that sometimes. And my dogs have been together forever. And it's like Tag is very vocal, and he sounds like he's getting murdered, and he's not. Like him and Rolly are just playing, but they do this like play thing, and it's just they're okay. So when I posted the video, okay, I honestly thought they were playing. Okay, then people started going, they're not playing, they're fighting. I was like, are they? I was like listening. And so I sent the video to this girl that I respect that has raised pigs her whole life. As a matter of fact, she's the one who bred to get boyfriend. So she is, and boyfriend's 6 years old. So she's had Cooney Coons forever. So I sent her the video and I said, are they fighting? Like, what are they doing? She said, they're showing dominance. And I was like, okay, what do you mean? And she said, well, you know how chickens have a pecking order. And I know chickens. Like when it comes to a chicken, I can educate you and tell you anything about chickens. I'm learning about the others. She goes, it's kind of like a pecking order for chickens. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll explain it. So let's see if my curling iron's heated back up. Okay. With chickens, anytime you introduce a new chicken to a flock, okay, so introduce a new chicken to a bunch of chickens, they go through what's called a pecking order. It's like they have to peck to go, I'm boss. No, I'm boss. But you have to let them go through that in order to start getting along. They have to know who's boss. It's just, and it's awful to sit and watch because it's almost like it takes maybe a day or two for them to learn who's boss. But once they learn who's boss, it's almost like they get along. They start understanding, okay, this one over here is bossy mama, and nobody can go around her because it's kind of like they have to learn that. She explained to me it's the same thing with piglets. You kind of have to let them be aggressive. Now, I am not, y'all know me. Am I gonna let blood and biting and like killing going on? This one lady said those piglets are gonna end in death. Like, death? Are you kidding me? And you know how I told y'all the last video? I said, okay, the way I'm going to respond is I'm going to say, when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. Well, I responded to one lady like that. Okay, I can't respond like that because I set her off. She was like, don't be quoting don't be quoting songs to me. This is serious. So anyway, so basically I just got ripped a new one, and people were telling me that I was an animal abuser and all this stuff. And I was like, I looked at Shane and I said, what do I do? Okay, I'm going to tell y'all the truth. That was the highest paying video that I had because it was going viral. Okay, it was the highest paying video I had. And so I was like, okay, I could really use this money for feed, or I could take it down. So I looked at Shane and I said, Shane, what do I need to do? And he was like, is this bothering you? I said, yes. I said, people are saying that I'm abusing animals, Shane. I can't handle it. And he was like, Judy, go to sleep and quit worrying about it. Well, I couldn't because the last thing I want is for Snead's Farmhouse to be considered an animal abuser, right? I mean, that's like terrible. So you know what I did? I didn't care about the dang money. I took it down. I was like, I can't have people saying I'm abusing animals. Like, that is just not in my DNA. I can't do it. I'm not, money is not worth it to me. I mean, I'll I'll just go do a couple of tours to pay for my feed. I am not about to sit and watch people get in fights. Like, that's not what my page is all about. So I took it down. I literally took it down. And when I took it down, I called Brooke from Coghill Farm. And I said, Brooke, help me. Brooke, what the heck? Like, what? I showed her the video and she said, Judy, you can never post a video that has where people can voice opinions like that. Like, don't do that. You've learned a lesson. And I was like, I want to. Well, then the next day, okay, wait a minute. I got to think what I posted. Oh, I know what I posted. My sister-in-law works for the CDC center. She is a doctor at the CDC center. Okay. So I began to learn, that animals can get COVID, and COVID is starting to kind of run rapid again and all this stuff. And I was trying to think of the best decision for my animals. Like, do I let people touch them, or do I close my farm for a little while? Do I make people sanitize their hands first? Like, what do I do? So I called her and I said, what do I do about the best interests of my animals? So she gave me an article about animals getting COVID. And I posted it. Well, that was stupid. Why did I do it? I did it to myself all over again, because then the first message I got was someone saying, I would never trust the CDC center. So then I realized, oh gosh, Judy, this is another video where people are going to like get in a fist fight over like stuff like this. So I immediately deleted the message. I was like, I delete this message. And I just didn't realize that, people would get in a fight, because some people think COVID is because for politician things like I was like, here I go with another opinion about people. So I was like, let me delete this video really fast, because people are going to start giving their opinions and it's going to get in a fight. And that's not what my farm is about. So anytime that happens, I will delete it. Like, as soon as people start fighting, like, that is not going to happen with Snead's Farmhouse. It will be deleted. I don't give a rip if I make $1,000 off a video, which I'm not. But if I did, the video is coming down, because that is not what my farm is about. So just to let you know, the piglets are alive. They didn't get in a fist fight and die. like I'm not going to allow that to happen. So just know that. It upset me because, oh wait, I missed a piece back here. It's almost like I need someone to roll the back of my hair. Can't see. So that was kind of a bit of a headache. And it went viral fast. It's crazy how it went viral so fast. I mean, I had like over 1,000 comments within no time. Okay, switching to Facebook. Drink up your protein shake. My great Kool-Aid. I prefer cherry. Okay. Once again, Facebook. I love Facebook. I love Facebook. I do. I mean, Facebook's where I started. But what's happening? Okay, so just so you understand, when there is music on a video, we have to buy that music. Like, we have to pay for the video. Like, we don't do it for free. It ain't like we're over here editing videos for free, because we ain't. Okay, like, I have to pay for me to go live on YouTube and Facebook. And it ain't cheap. I'll just tell you, I pay $50 a month to be able to go live on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. I can't remember what I pay for music. I think it was $200 and something to have music in my videos so I can be creative. So there's costs behind making videos. There's more cost than that. Okay. app. Some people pay for apps to be able to put the videos together and stuff like that. It is cost effective. Okay. You have to have a computer. Like there's lots that is involved in uploading videos. Well, I'm not getting ready. Next thing you know, it'll be 8 o'clock and the animals will be screaming for food. Okay. So I pay for this website to be able to put the music from the website on. It's basically like I'm paying for the copyrights to be able to put the copyrights in my videos. Okay. Well, YouTube is creator friendly. They know that I have paid for the copyright music and you get what's called a copyright claim. And when you get a copyright claim, it's like they won't show your video and you don't get paid on it or anything. Okay, well, YouTube, wonderful. Creator friendly, wonderful. Never gives me a copyright claim unless I violate the rules or whatever. Very easy to deal with. Facebook, every time I upload a video that has music, they will not show my video and they give me a copyright claim. Okay. When you get a copyright claim, this is what happens. You have to dispute it. You have to say, hey, I've paid for the copyrights to this through Epidemic Music. I paid my yearly fee and I should not get a copyright claim. Well, it takes forever for Facebook to go, yes, I'll approve it, or no, I won't approve it. Well, by the time they approve it, the video's 500 years old. And it's a mess. So what I'm doing, this has been working for me. I don't know if you guys on YouTube, you don't have a problem. You guys on YouTube, you're good. You're good. On Facebook, I have to put the link for you to go to YouTube to watch it. And I'm sorry that I have to do that, but it's what I have to do. So what I've been doing is I've been uploading like 3-minute little clips of my YouTube video. That way the people on Facebook can actually see parts of the video without, because some people are like, I don't have YouTube. You don't have to subscribe to YouTube to see my video. If you just click the link, it'll take you straight to YouTube and you can watch the video and you do never have to subscribe to my page or sign in on YouTube. So it's easy. It's easy. I don't know if that works, Cheryl. You're talking about like when you post the video, put I don't own the copyright music or I don't own the rights to this music. I don't think that works because it's computer generated, like, like a computer like automatically scans your video. And if you have music in it, it gives you a copyright claim. Anyway, so I'm trying to show Facebook little segments of my video through 3-minute videos. And that seems to be working okay, but I can't do it to music. I have to do it with me talking, me and my redneck voice. So just understand that. Yes, Sonia, you're correct. With YouTube, it is basically on views. Like if you watch my video, I get credit for it. You don't have to like the video watching it. We, as creators, you get paid more money if you sit and watch the commercials. If you watch the commercials, we get paid more. Just to know that. If you want to support a local farm or creator that you watch on YouTube, anybody that you watch, if you want to support them more, if you just suffer through the commercial, if you suffer through the commercials, then you're gonna send that creator more money. I do have a question though. Here on Facebook, when you watch my videos in the past, are there commercials on my video? because I can't see commercials. You are true. Facts matter. Thank you, Jane. Okay, so there is commercials on my I have yet listen. There's requirements on Facebook that you have to do. I can't meet them. I cannot meet my requirements on Facebook to save my life. You have to have 60. Okay. You have to have 600,000 views or watch minutes on Facebook for the past 6 months. I think, no, 60 days, I think it is. But then you have to have another 60,000, no, it's 60,000 minutes of watched videos on Facebook to get paid. I can't meet that goal to save. I'm live. I post videos. It is almost impossible. I don't know. You must have to have a gazillion followers on Facebook to meet those quotas. Because listen, no matter what I do, I cannot meet them. I cannot meet my goals on Facebook. I'm trying. I laugh about it because it's almost like it's impossible. Anyway, enough about that. So if you're wanting to support local creators, you're going to have to watch the whole video on YouTube. But I love me some Facebook. So I'm trying to make it creative for you guys and do the little videos. So I don't know if you like the little 3-minute videos, but I'm trying to do some segments for y'all. So the people that don't want to go to YouTube. Oh, dear Jesus, I turned my curling iron off again. I might as well give up. I don't know why I keep doing it. Okay, so anyway. Okay, so let's see. My son bought a house 20 minutes from me, and he hasn't lived that close to me in forever. And I'm going to go to his new house today to kind of help him. But then I started having anxiety because I was like, Judy, you can't go help him. You've got piglets that you have to feed. So I'm like, oh, forgot. So my life is pretty much homebound until the piglets get older. And then if you don't know, on September the 9th, we're having a meet and greet for YouTube creators at Petals from the Past, which is in Jemison. And people come from all over the United States to come meet us. It is the sweetest thing I have ever seen in my life. This past April was my first time to go, and I was honored to be asked to go. And but there's people come from, I'm not kidding, they come from all over the United States to come meet Coghill, basically. But then they come meet us. It's like Coghill's line's like 100 miles long, and then the other creators, it's like, who are you? It's like that. It's like funny, but anyway. So I'm gonna be there in September, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and then I was like, Judy, you have piglets. What are you gonna do? And I was like, dang, I forgot about the piglets. So then I'm like, what am I gonna do? Do I bring the piglets with me? But then I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to access to hot water. Like, what am I gonna do? I have no idea what to do. So my little worker that helps me, I call her little, she's 15. I asked her, I said, would you please take my piglets to your house? Because I have to leave at like 5:30 in the morning on the 9th to drive, because Jemison's like an hour and a half, I think, or an hour for me. So I've got to drive to Jemison, set up by, I think it opens at 8. I don't know. Anyway, it's going to be difficult. And I'm like, I can't leave the piglets all day long. So I asked her to ask her parents if she could keep the piglets overnight. And I thought, Judy, that was not nice of you to do that. You're asking someone to take care of 4 piglets. So I'm on the struggle bus. Like, in order for me to go, it's like a big ordeal. And last year we went, and I don't leave my house much because it's impossible. And last year we went, and Shane and I spent the night in Jemison. We put the animals up, then we drove to Jemison and spent the night. And I had someone come let the animals out in the morning and then put them up at night. You ready? Guess what? They didn't show up to put my animals up. Yeah. Yeah. And so Shane and I had to sprint home to put the animals up because I'm going to tell you something. The big animals would be fine. Okay. Pray that I do not turn my curling iron off. I'm almost done. Judy, do not hit the curling iron button. So anyway, the big animals would be fine until I got home to put them up. But if you do not put chickens up at dark, there is a murder scene in your farm because raccoons, possums, all that stuff come into the chicken coops and kill your chickens. So it is a big ordeal to make sure that you put your chickens up at dark. So when I found out the guy didn't show up, I was like, Shane, we've got to go, like right now. Like we are leaving this event and we have got to sprint home because my chickens are not up. So I'm very like paranoid when it comes to people taking care of my farm because of that. Not fun at all. Not fun. Okay. This weekend I had my grandson because he wanted to come see the piglets. My grandson lives an hour and a half away from me. So it makes it difficult because, he can't just, like when he's in school, he can't just, come stay the weekend with me. It's like we have to drive a half a day to go get him and so forth. So it makes it difficult having grandkids not living close. So I went and picked him up Friday, and he stayed till Sunday, and we had a good time. He's the sweetest kid. Eli is in my children's book. If you have not purchased a children's book, he's in that. And as a matter of fact, speaking of my children's book, at the Petals event, I will be reading my book at, I think, 12:30. Did I turn my curling iron off? Oh, dear Jesus. I turned it off again. This is not going away. Forget it. I'm done. Is this okay? Is this okay? I need to curl that though, don't I? Why do y'all, how long have I been curling my hair live on Facebook? Like 500 years, and I have never done this. Why am I doing this today? Not sure. I'll put my glasses back on. What time is it? Okay, so let's see, what was I? Oh, reading my book. So I'm reading my book like at 12:30ish on Petals from the Past. And who knows, I might have piglets there. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. So cheers. Cheers to raising 4 piglets. Nightmare. I hope the bath goes good. If this thing is broken, because I don't know if y'all have priced a curling iron lately. I know if you're a boy, you haven't, but curling irons are not cheap anymore. So this better not be broken, just going off by itself, because I'm going to be livid if I have to pay for a new curling iron, because I want to say I've only had that a couple of months. Okay. Jan, you're way behind, girlfriend. Jan, if you go to YouTube and watch the video that says, I'm taking a piglet to the vet. You'll see what happened. So, no, I have 4 piglets, not 5. Yeah, Jan, it was awful. So, yeah, I have 4. And okay, let's see. What else do I need to tell y'all? The Mister is going fantastic. You people on YouTube are the ones that told me about the Mister. Hey, best thing you've ever told me. It is, the animals are starting to go up to the fence now without me having to feed them to get sprayed off. And listen, the cool thing about it is, you know how goats hate to be wet? Listen, these goats are staying in the Mister. That's how hot it is in Alabama. You know it's hot when a goat allows itself to get wet. Goats are not having it. They're not having getting wet. And they're just standing in the Mister like, hey, I'm in Hollywood. It's so funny. Okay, I'm going to let my curling iron sit there a minute to see if it's broken, or am I hitting it? All right, let's see. I have slowed down a bunch. I closed my farms for tours during the week because I was about to fall out trying to, it's when you're a creator and you have to do videos, it's very time consuming. And so I did not have enough time to record videos, do field trips, go to schools, go to the library, do tours. I can't do it all. So something had to kind of stop. And so I have closed my farm for tours. Now I do leave the farm open during the week for field trips because schools are open, Monday through Friday. And so that's the only time they can do field trips. But it's too hard on me. I can't, I made a commitment to y'all that I was going to do lives on Mondays and Wednesdays and then do videos Tuesday, Thursday, and Sundays. And I'm going to do my best to stick to that. I'm going to do my best. So, I have to allow time to video, because, it's hard to video when you're doing a tour. And plus, some people, don't want their kids on social media. And okay, the curling iron is not going off, so obviously I'm hitting it. So we got, switching subject. I'm building an education center for kids to be able to go into. I'm going to have my smaller animals in there and so forth. Well, Shane and I got an estimate for insulation, because we have to have insulation in his shop, his new shop, and the education center, which is the old shop. So both of those buildings are going to have to be insulated. So we had a guy come out here this week to give us an estimate for insulation. Are y'all ready for this? Guess how much it costs for that? And now this is just one building. So just Shane's new shop for insulation. $10,000. It's like, well, Shane, looks like you're going to be doing the insulation, because there's no way that we can pay $10,000 to have one building insulated. Is it not crazy? I mean, everything, this is what I was talking to Shane about. Shane owns his own business. He is a teacher, but he also owns his own business. So he usually does his own business on the weekends. So he owns a welding business. It's like his insurance for his business went up. My insurance on Snead's Farmhouse went up. Like groceries are going up. Feed is going up. Everything is going up. And like the last thing I want to do is go up, because I want people to be able to afford to bring their families to my farm. I want schools to be able to afford for students to come to my farm or churches to come to my farm and so forth. I don't want to go up. But how the heck? I told Shane, like, how the heck are we supposed to do this when everything is astronomical? My feed bill is just going higher and higher and higher. Just higher and higher and higher. And I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to pay people to come to my farm because I don't know how to do this. It's like awful. And if you've been to a fast food restaurant lately, it's like you can't even go get a hamburger and fry and a drink for less than $14. It's like so expensive. I just don't understand how people, my kids are grown. So I can't imagine having 3 kids going to a fast food restaurant and getting out of there like it's got to cost over $50, if not more than that. Because Shane and my dad and I can go, like, I went to Wendy's hamburgers, right? Just Wendy's hamburgers. And I got nothing fancy. I got 3 cheeseburger meals, okay? It was I want to say it was $38. So it was $40 for us to go get a fast food hamburger and French fries. And I'm like, God, we can go to a Mexican restaurant and get chips and salsa unlimited for that. Like, God, why? I mean, how? I don't understand. Like, why? And then I'm supposed to stay $10 a person. You know, it's just like, have y'all, you know what I'm talking about? Like, how do these young people, like, we look at our own kids, okay? And our daughter is 29 years old, with a 9-year-old. He's almost 9. And I'm like, how in the world does she do it? I mean, how it was hard when I was in my 20s with kids, but how the heck do you do that? How do you afford it? Because when you're in your 20s, you're kind of just like getting started with life and stuff. And like, financially it's hard. And I mean, I don't understand. I told Shane, I said, we're not going to fast food. I would rather have a sit down dinner for $50 versus my. I didn't turn it off. Instead of going to Wendy's for $40, no way. But it's ridiculous how expensive everything is nowadays. And I would like to grow and have an education center to teach kids, but basically, it's coming out of our pocket. You wouldn't believe how hard it is to get a grant. Like, people ask me, other farms call me about being a nonprofit. I'm like, well, just to let you know that you have to hire someone to get a grant, right? Like, you can't just apply yourself and get a grant. That does not work. It is very, very, very expensive to hire a grant writer, and then you may or may not get a grant. I've been open for, how's that? I have been open since 2020, and I have tried to get a grant myself, and I'm not a grant writer. I can't do it. So then you have to hire someone to get a grant. And I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. How do other nonprofits do it? Like, I don't get it. It's like not even, I don't know. So basically, to make a long story short, Shane and I are killing ourselves to get the education center up and running because we want to give back. And so I'm like, if I can't get a grant, how are we going to do this? So when you see me bust my tail, like, you're like, Judy, you need to slow down. You're doing field trips left and right. You're doing tour. It's because, like, I want to get where I'm going. And I'm like, in order to do it, if I can't get grants, then I'm going to have to work for it, right? Or either give up. And I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up because I see me doing a lot of education, like with incubation projects. Can you imagine the kids that can come to my farm and get learn incubation projects and how chicks are formed and how they hatch out of eggs, and like me being able to read my book like during the winter and teach the kids about discrimination and how the animals live together on my farm. I can have my rabbits in there and get them out of my garage so I don't have strangers in my garage. Like there's a lot that I want to do. And listen, do need to tell you a secret. I'm getting my preaching stick out. Y'all need to hear me. If y'all repeat this, I'm not going to be your friend, okay? So this is between you and I. Do you understand me? When we get this education center up and going, I would like to have a lemur. Do y'all know what those are? I would like to have a lemur. Okay. Shane stresses out. Let me tell you. And I think this is a guy thing. If you're a guy and you're on here, tell me if this is a guy thing. Let me put my lipstick on. Hang on. Okay. This may be a guy thing, but he stresses out over the dollar sign that it costs to run this farm. Like the feed bill, the hay, my vet bills, the porta potty, my insurance, and all that stuff. He freaks out because I think he feels responsible. Like he thinks, I mean, I've never asked, like, can we do this out of our budget for our home? Okay, yes, I have. That's a lie. I have. Okay. Okay. But I think he gets stressed out thinking about adding another animal to our feed bill. I think that's what he does. It seems to be that's what he does. And I think that is a guy thing because guys feel like they're responsible for taking care of us, right? Because they're like, as a man, you want to take care of your wife or your kids or whatever you have around the house. You don't want to fail. And men have a lot of, if you think about the pressure that a man has on them to take care of us and take care of their family, that is a lot of pressure. That is a lot of pressure. I mean, we as women, we have the pressure of taking care of the children and the house and all that stuff. But I feel like it's a whole different ball game when it comes to the pressure that a man has on them. And I feel like when I add a new animal to the farm, that Shane feels pressure like, Judy, our feed bill is $1,000 a month. You're killing yourself to do this. And I'm over here trying to figure out how to put insulation in your education center and pay for it out of my pocket. And it's a lot of pressure on me. Like that's what he doesn't say that, but that's what I think he feels like. Oh gosh, I'm fixing to have to work 6 more jobs to pay for what she wants. And men, when I tell you to get the choice or sit it out or dance, I hope today that you have a different level of respect for your spouse or your friends that are men, your coworkers that are men. And I hope that when you dance today, that you do something to respect them. Because, I think personally, some people, and this might be something I shouldn't talk about, but women's rights, and all that stuff, like women being in the workforce and all that, like, like I think sometimes women try to take the man's role. And I feel like, now this is just my opinion, okay? Y'all don't have to agree with me. It's okay if you don't agree with me. I don't, you don't have to agree with me. I've said that like 3 times. But I think that uh, women's needs and man's needs are totally two different needs. A man needs to feel respected and that he's needed, and that we as women can see that they work hard, and like we thank them for what they do for our family, like all the hard work. They go to work every day beating themselves in the head to try to take care of our family. And sometimes the women, um you know I do this. Okay, I'm speaking about myself. I'm not speaking about you. I'm speaking about myself because I know this is kind of a controversy conversation. But for myself, like sometimes I sit and think about, like, I can do this myself. I don't need him. I can do this myself. And I think that comes from living with a single mom, because my mother had a sour attitude about men because my mother was stomped on by my dad. My dad uh, left her and for another woman and all that garbage. And so she had ain't no man gonna tell me what to do. And my mother was head of the household with her and my stepdad. My stepdad kind of did whatever my mom wanted to do. If my mom said, we're going here, and he didn't want to go, well, he was going. Like, he did everything my mom said. And me as a child watching that, that's a little bit backwards in a way to me, because I feel like that and this comes from my spiritual beliefs. So like I said, you don't have to agree with me. My spiritual beliefs, there is God, family, friends, work, or is it work, friends? I can't remember now. Okay, it's been a minute. So there's a line of command, and I feel like that your spouse comes first. And I just feel like men need to be respected more. That's just my personal opinion. And I know some of them are piece of crap men, and you're like, Joker, your husband's different from mine. But I'm going to tell you something. When I tell you that you can't change your spouse, you can't change like other people, you can only change yourself. Well, in my personal opinion, I went through this program called Al-Anon, and it's for families of addiction. And I learned so much more than about addiction. I learned about how to stay in my own lane and keep to myself, like, and not get in other people's business. Now, I don't always do that, but I try. Um, and I learned that, like, a lot of people that are in marriages that you hate, or marriages that you wish they were better, I find when you're trying to fix them, you're headed for a dead end. But when you fix the way you respond to them, like, say that you just hate your marriage and you're miserable. Like, I am absolutely miserable. I wish I could get out of this son of a gun marriage, but I've been married to him for 40 years and I'm just sticking with it. Like, I can't stand it. He wakes up gripey. She wakes up gripey. And, all she does is gripe, like that marriage. If you will fix yourself and the way you respond to that activity, like whatever they do that drives you crazy, if you will begin to fix what drives you crazy about yourself, you will be surprised as how it fixes them without you trying to fix it. When you fix you, it's kind of like people start noticing a difference in you, and they notice that, like like I said, if you're sitting here trying to fix your spouse because he doesn't do this for you, he's not romantic, he's not this, he's not that. I'm just saying you can say she. But when you're concentrating on all that crap, he doesn't do this for me, he doesn't do that. Okay, let's stop for just a minute. What are you needing? What's missing in your own life? When you stop for a second and look in the mirror and go, what's going on with you? Why are you needing all this from him? He has the pressure of going to work, doing all these things, and you're wanting him to do this. Let's say you're a stay-at-home mom, like I'm stay-at-home, right? And then I'm like, Shane doesn't give me birthday present. All he does is gripe. He uses foul language. I can't stand when he does this. I can't stand when he does that. And you go, okay, what's going on with you? Because you can't fix him. So what's going on with you? And when I do that to myself and I stop myself in the dead tracks and go, what is wrong with you, Judy? I can find myself going, okay, I feel frustrated because I don't feel loved. Okay, why aren't you feeling loved? Like, what is it? What are you missing in your life that is causing you not to feel love? Because I'm going to tell you something. If that joker's getting up going to work every day, okay, to help pay the power bill, he must love you or he would have left you. Okay, right? But when you start figuring out what's going on in your own brain and go, okay, what's missing in my life? Okay, so I talk about like the absence of like birthdays. Let's first say you're like, he doesn't even acknowledge my birthday. He doesn't even acknowledge it. He's a piece of crap. Okay. Like if you're doing that, let's just say that's just an example. But what happens is when you figure out what's going on in your own brain and what you need, and you go out and you dance, and by dancing is whatever, like let's say that for your birthday, your spouse doesn't even tell you happy birthday. He doesn't even give you a darn birthday card. Okay. Like he's just a piece of crap. Okay. For your birthday, if you go dance and say, for my birthday, instead of me receiving, I'm going to give. This birthday, I'm going to give. And I'm going to choose not to reflect on getting gifts, but instead, I'm going to give gifts. And the gifts that I'm going to choose, let me think about it. The gifts I'm going to choose are I don't feel loved. Okay. So what I'm missing on my birthday is feeling respected and loved. Like no one's acknowledging that it's my birthday. So I'm going to, there's a little girl that lives down the street, and I see her walking to school every single day to the school bus to get on the school bus. And I notice that she has a hole in her shoes. So I'm going to buy her a new pair of shoes for school for my birthday. And all of a sudden, you go to her parents' house and you find out what size shoes she wears. And they were like, oh, you don't have to do that. But it's what I want to do for my birthday. I want to give back. So then you go and you buy these cute little glittery shoes for this little girl that's 5 years old that has a hole in her shoes. Okay. And you go out and you take the time on your birthday to go, I'm going to buy her a special pair of shoes. What would a 5-year-old girl like? Okay. She's probably going to like sparkles. She's probably going to like those shoes that light up at the bottom, like, or, something like that. So then you go and you wrap them up in a cute little gift, and you go to the house and you go, today's my birthday. And for my birthday, I see you walking many miles to go to the school bus stop. And today, I think that you've worn your shoes out from walking to the school bus. And today, I want to give you a present. Or maybe you do it anonymously. You just put it on their front porch. and put, I don't know, to this little girl, whatever her name is. Um, you will be surprised at how it will make your birthday the most happiest birthday ever, because you're going to see this little girl light up because she has the coolest shoes you've ever seen in her life. And she's going to be so proud to go to school the next day because her shoes are glittery or her shoes light up. And every time they light up, she's going to think about her neighbor gave her those shoes. And she's going to build a connection with you because you're so loving and so caring that you gave her a pair of shoes to make her day. And suddenly your birthday will, he don't give me nothing. He don't even give me a card on my birthday. He don't even acknowledge my birthday. And all of a sudden your bucket is filled with love because you gave it instead of receiving it. You see what I'm saying? And I promise you, if you give that minute to dance, and I talk about dancing in a way of giving back to others, if you sit and get the choice to sit out or dance, and you dance for your birthday and go make a difference in someone else's life, you will be surprised as how it fills your own bucket. It will fill your bucket. And the need that you're mad at your husband over suddenly gets filled, and then you're nicer to your husband because you're not gonna depend on him for your happiness. You're depending on yourself and your higher power for your happiness. And you suddenly are accepted, and you're not nagging him anymore. You're not nagging him going, you don't do this. You don't do this. Our marriage is a train wreck. I wished I get on Facebook and for Valentine's Day, and all these girls get flowers and candy, and I don't get nothing. I don't get a darn thing. I don't get a darn thing, And if you sit and think about how to make a difference in someone's life and get really creative, your bucket will get filled. And suddenly you're not depending on another human being for your happiness. And because I tell you, if you are depending on your spouse for your happiness or your kids for your happiness, you're in trouble. You're going to live a miserable life. But if you get out and dance, suddenly all these like wonderful things happen, and your bucket is fulfilled and you're just thriving with happiness. And then your friends are going, what happened to her? What the crap? She's not grapping about her husband anymore. Like, what the heck? What is she? I want what she has. What pill did she take? And then you can begin to tell them how you dance every day and how you make a difference in other people's lives, and it's changed your life. You got to get out of other people's business. The people that drive you crazy, like your family, your sister, your father, your brother, whatever, that drive you crazy, get out of their life. Let them live their own life. You go make a difference in someone else's life. I promise you, there's people that need you. There's people that are doing without. There's plenty of homeless people. I saw a post on, I'm not putting on much because I'm going to sweat. I saw a post on Facebook from one of our local communities, and this guy is making baskets for the homeless. And I saw the post and I read it, and I was like, how can I help? Like, what can I do to help this homeless person? And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to send the guy that's giving the baskets a message. So I sent him a message and I said, hey, I'm a nonprofit farm and I want to give back. So I'm going to give you free passes to Snead's Farmhouse for all the homeless baskets that you make. Okay? So you see how it's easy to find a way to give back? Like, I just saw a Facebook post and I was like, how can I give back? How can I help? So, I'll give them free passes to come to Snead's Farmhouse. And it's easy to give back. And it's not, it didn't really cost me anything. It didn't cost me nothing out of my pocket. Sometimes, a lot of people think I don't have the money to go buy the shoes for the little girl. Sometimes just going over there with a book, reading to the little girl, it makes a difference. Or, you know, hey, I was thinking about having a lemonade stand, and I was going to fix you a lemonade stand. I mean, lemonade's cheap. Go make her some lemonade and help her make a lemonade stand. I don't know. I'm just giving you examples, but there's so many ways that you can make a difference in your neighbor's life, in your other people's lives. And I just hope that today that oh gosh, it is 8:15. Okay, I'm just gonna leave my hair down. All right. I hope that you got something out of today. Let's see. There's 109 people watching, so maybe um you got something out of today about dancing, and I hope that um yes, you do, Kayla. I'm sorry. I might want to touch the screen like it's my laptop. I mean my uh Morningwood Farms. Are you talking about my giant that's in my I think I know what you're talking about. No, I bought that for myself. I went and bought that chicken for myself. No, he didn't buy it for me. He would never spend $200 on a giant chicken. He would tell me I've lost my ever living mind. So sure, I sure did not. I saved my money and went and bought it myself. um, Becky, I just love you. Be kind to your husbands today. And if you don't have a spouse, um, do something for your husband, even though he's a butthole. Okay, go do something for him today. Cook him a nice dinner. Cook him baking some chocolate chip cookies. I don't know. Show kindness today, even though he might be ugly. So this is Husband Appreciation Day. Oh my gosh, Autumn, that's so funny. Um, Diane, I'm so sorry for your loss. There's other men you can give to. Your nephew. Do something for your nephew today. He's always supportive of my farm. And Diane, if you need free passes to my farm, I'll mail you some free passes and you can give them to your nephew. Becky, I'm so sorry. Steve, I hope you have a fantastic day. You got a lot of women on here that are loving on you. You're a good man. I promise you. Even though I don't know you, I know you work hard to provide. Tammy, I know our husbands work so hard. So hard. Yeah, there is a lot of Jackie, there's a lot of pressure. Nico, I know you're a hard worker. Hard work does pay off. It does. And people come to me for advice for social media all the time, or I want a petting zoo or whatever, I want what you have or whatever. And this if the advice that I can tell you about owning a farm, doing social media, anything like that, having a business, we own a business, is don't give up. Keep doing it. Because there were many times I wanted to give up, and giving up, you're a loser. Don't give up. Just keep doing, just keep being yourself. Keep working hard. Get up every day, find happiness, do what makes you happy, do what's fulfilling in your life, be good, make good decisions, and your life will be fulfilled. You got to make good decisions and not give up. Cutie patootie. I love it. My uncle used to call me Pootie, Judy Pootie. Yeah, Wendy's is expensive, Chris. Tammy, you can't get all that for $5, can you? Maybe I don't know how to order. 40 bucks for that. Goodness, Becky, that's a lot of hours. Yeah, I about died when I went to Wendy's and it was like 40 bucks. I was like, "What?" I'm all about going to some Mexican. $48 for chicken. Chris, come on, spend the week with me and help put the installation up. Um, thank you for joining me this morning. I will see you Wednesday morning. I thank you for encouraging me. A lot of the reason why I've never given up is because you've never given up on me. And I tell a lot of people, like Diane and Tammy, y'all, they know when not even probably a year ago or a year and a half ago, for the longest time, my lives were me and Tammy and Diane and maybe one other person. And I could have said, okay, no one's joining. I give up. And I did for sometimes I'd go, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. No one wants to hear me talk. No one listens. No one, you know, and I just kept going. And I kept going because of Tammy and Diane, because they would message me and go, why didn't you go live this morning? I need you. And so I just kept going. And now today we have over 100 people following, which is so sweet. So, like, I'm so glad that I never gave up. And I hope things that I say to you guys are encouraging, and I hope that I can help you. Um, I don't have all the answers, but I can tell you what works for me. And whether you try it or not is up to you, but I can tell you what works for me. And I have been through probably everything that you've been through. So there's nothing that you can tell me or do that wouldn't surprise me because guess what? Me too. We're all in this together. At the end of the day, we're all just alike. So, all right. It's way past my time to go let the chickens out, but I do have automatic chicken doors now. So I'm gotten fancy. So I don't have to go let the chickens out so early. And it's nice. All right. Today you have two choices. You can either accept that your husband is, oh, he's terrible. My marriage sucks. You can be like that. Or you can get in your own lane, learn how to pull your happiness from yourself, and learn to dance and give back. And today, I hope that you're going to concentrate and stay in your own lane, because when you make yourself happy and you don't pull into negativity and you don't get beat down by another person, your positivity that you have within yourself shines to other people, and you'll be surprised at the difference in your spouse. I'll see you next time.